Have you ever wanted to know what's involved in building the ultimate off-road expedition vehicle? Well, we're about to find out because we're about to do it. We've hooked up with Blacklock's Ford here in Wodonga. We've bought a Ford Ranger Wildtrak, and we're going to build this into the ultimate off-road expedition vehicle. Ford Ranger Wildtrak comes very well equipped for off-road, but we are going to take it to the next level. The first thing we're going to do is take this down to ARB in Melbourne. We're going to fit it out with bull bar, winch, snorkel, the whole lot, suspension, lift it, everything we can get in it from ARB. Then we're going to bring it back to Albury, get it back to our factory. We're going to completely remove the tub. We're going to take it to High Cap Marine in Albury. We're going to fit it out with the full aluminium canopy, and then we're going to bring it back to Mountain Trail, and we're going to put all of our own accessories in it and fit it out even further. This is going to be an awesome off-road rig that we are building for a camera car. So follow the journey, let's get started and let's get it down to ARB. We have got our Ford Ranger Raptor over here, and we've got our Ford Ranger Wildtrak that we've just taken down to ARB, and now we're going to do more modifications on it. We're sending it to High Cap Marine. We're getting a canopy put on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out the roller locker out of the Wildtrak and all of the tub liner, and we're going to put it into the Raptor here. So this will have the roll bar up over it, and it'll have the electric roller shutter as well. So what we're going to do right now is get the tub removed and get it all uninstalled and take it down to High Cap Marine. Alright guys, we've got the Ford Ranger all set up and ready to go down to High Cap Marine, so I'm going to give it a wash and get it down there. Alright guys, it is the next day. We've dropped off our Ford Ranger Wildtrak down to High Cap Marine last night, and that has gone on this morning and is looking absolutely unreal. But back here at Mountain Trail, we've still got the Ford Raptor. We're putting the Wildtrak sliding canopy on it and also the sports bar. So let's go and check it out. We have had a couple of problems along the way, and we'll show you what they are. We've had to go and get a cover plate to cover the rear light. The rear light was up on here. So this cover plate's going up on that because the sports bar of the Wildtrak is going to push right up against here, and it has its own light in it. And we've also had to go down to Ford and get a small part of the wiring harness to connect under the wheel arch here for the rear light up to the bar. Now when it comes to the electric sliding locker, we've had to wire up our own little system. We've linked it off the Anderson, which has got a constant supply of power. The Anderson is a 50 amp Anderson plug that we put in all of our vehicles that runs power to the van so the vans can charge while we're towing. So we've got power off that, we've brought it up here, and we've installed our own rocker switch as well. So we'll actually have a little bit more control than what the factory had. With the factory switch, you pressed it once and it would move, but when you pressed it again, it would come back. We can actually press it and move it wherever we want to have it. So that's where we're at. We should have this build finished by the end of the day.
Alright guys, we've made it back to High Cap Marine. Apparently all the work's done. We've bought Heidi. Let's go inside and check it out and see what Heidi thinks of it as well.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, what? How are you?
Yeah, good.
Heidi's here.
How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Oh my god, it looks awesome.
It looks like a pure off-road expedition vehicle, doesn't it?
It's the beast.
Wow, that looks so good.
Oh my God, that looks so good. It looks so tough,
It does.
doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
It looks like it's on a mission somewhere, like it's going somewhere. It's built for purpose.
I love the colour for the car.
Yeah.
It just works so well.
Well, thank you very much from Hi-Cap Marine for building this canopy for us and fitting out like that. Now we're going to take it back to our factory and fit a big electrical system in it. You've done an exceptional job of this. The versatility this vehicle now has is enormous. So thanks very much, Wal. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
pleasure.
you.
No worries.
Alright guys, so we have picked up our Ford Ranger with the new canopy from Hi-Cap Marine, and this looks so cool now with this canopy, and it's our turn to fit it out with all of our electrics. So this is pretty much what we do in our vans as well, and this is going to be a really good outfit to suit this. So what we're trying to do with this Ford Ranger is make it an independent self-camping machine. So to do that, we're going to need lots of power, we're going to need battery power, we're going to need inverters, USB ports, charging systems, etc., lighting. We're even putting a diesel-powered hot water service in this so we can shower. So this is the basis of it. Now this orange tray right here was made by Hi-Cat, and what we've done is we've measured it up and we've laser cut this stainless steel fascia. We've pressed it and made that right here at Mountain Trail, and we're putting components into it. The Red Arc TVMS Total Vehicle Management System. Now what that does is it controls all of our electrics and our battery power and gives us information. So this will be able to charge from 3 sources. When the vehicle's driving down the road, it's got DC charge going into it, and we're charging it 30 amps per hour. And then when we're not on the road, we'll have a portable solar panel. We did think about mounting one on the pack rack, but we decided against that because we wanted to keep all the space on the pack rack nice and clear to put extra things on it like max tracks, shovels, and whatever else we may find. So we're going to run a separate solar panel, which will plug into an Anderson. So that way this now has charging from the vehicle while we're driving, and then when we're stationary, it will charge from a solar panel when we put the solar blanket out. And we also have an inlet for 240 volt charging. Now in regard to the battery, we've decided to go ahead with a 200 amp hour lithium battery. That is huge power. And we want 200 amps because we're running a 3000 watt pure sine wave inverter. That does sound like a big inverter, and it really is a big inverter. But the advantage of a 3000 pure sine wave inverter is it can run coffee machines, and some coffee machines can use up to 2500. We can charge electrical tools with it as well. And with this, what we're going to do is charge all of our camera batteries, our GoPros, and the whole lot in here. So we've got a massive amount of power, and what we are also going to do in the rooftop tent is put an electric blanket in there, and all of that will be controlled by this fascia panel over here. And what we're going to do when we put this back in is we're going to cut out a section through the middle wall here where the red vision comes through the back, because what's in here are all of our fuses. Now over here on this side of the canopy, we're going to have the 200 amp hour lithium battery, and we've already got the cables ready to go to connect that up, and we've got our cooling fan. Because electronics do get hot, and this is all surrounded by aluminium, which is a good conductor of heat, we've decided to put this cooling fan in here, which is controlled over here. So we'll set that to a certain temperature. It might be 35 degrees Celsius. Once it gets to 35 degrees Celsius in here, this cooling fan will come on automatically and suck all of the hot air out of there and disperse it through the canopy. Now that's all done, let's get this all bolted up, get it in the vehicle, and get it all connected. Alright guys, so we have completely finished the build of our Ford Ranger, but before we go into what we've done to it, we are going to go over the cost of this vehicle in every detail so you can work out what it would cost you to build a vehicle just like this. But before we start, please make sure you look at our channel, click subscribe, turn the bell notification on, because we will be using this vehicle in future off-road trips. Let's get started on what we've done right here at Mountain Trail. What we've got here is the Red Vision control screen. So this gives us information as to how much power we're consuming or how much power we're actually putting in through charging, but it also gives us the option of looking at our water tank levels, and it controls our switching. So it is a switch panel as well. With this, it can also link to your phone. We can turn on the diesel hot water service, for example. We can turn different light switches on at different circuits. Over here, we've got our cooling fan. So when the electronics get warm, and if they do, we can set this to a certain temperature and expel the air out the back to cool it down. We've also got our ARB refrigerator. Now this slides out like this, and the lid opens up, and because it's high, and most people think that's high, with the weight of the drinks or whatever you have in here, it'll push down like that, and we can easily access items in the fridge. So we'll push that back up and in now. We've got a tray that slides out, and this is really cool how this works. This slides out like that, and we can have accessories in here, and then if you want to cook on it, we can slide this out and use this as a bench top or a cooktop or a food preparation area or somewhere just to put out items and drinks. In this part of the canopy, we've utilised it as our charging zone. So when we're on the road and we want to charge our GoPros or any parts of a USB charge, there's dual USB ports here, and there's 3 of them, so that gives us 6 areas where we can charge by USB. And over at the back, we've got auxiliaries as well. We've got our dual power points if we want to run coffee machines or use 240 volt devices like toasters and kettles and that kind of thing. Now we've also hooked up with Wet Sounds that have sent us this really awesome outdoor speaker. This is actually designed for like a wake boat on a wake tower or a ski boat. So it's completely waterproof, it's vibration proof, it's good for off-road. It is connected to our Fusion entertainment system, but if we want to, we can also Bluetooth to that from our phone direct and bypass this as well. And this puts out a really good sound. So once the canopy comes up, you can see it's mounted on here, and then this comes down and it folds back in. In the top of the canopy lid, we put an LED light bar. So this light bar is dimmable as well. There's a switch right here where we can dim that right down if we want to, and then by pressing it, we can go into orange mode, so at night time, mosquitoes and that kind of thing won't be hanging around it. We've got a spare wheel, and this will hold anything up to 33 inch, which this is right here. We've got a jerry can holder in here, a ladder to climb up into the tent, but what we've also done is put our inlet for 240 volt mains power. Down the bottom, we've got our shower. If we open this up here, this drawer, I'll show you how this works. That comes in like that. We've got our shower, and this shower simply just plugs straight into there, and the further left we turn it, the hotter the water gets. On board, we've got the ARB dual air compressor, and we put the outlet right here, and that runs off the lithium battery inside. So if we need to pump up tyres on a van or on this vehicle, this is more central to get to all of those areas. When we removed the tub and put the canopy on, we noticed that the actual factory tow bar was hanging down really low. So we unbolted that, went back to ARB, and we've put on this X bar by Heyman Reese. This is a really heavy duty bar. It sits up nice and strong, and it's got very heavy rated recovery points all the way around it, and it's also got the inlets for our trailer connection. And on this side, once you lift the lid up, we've got another LED light bar in here which we can set to dimmable or orange or whatever we choose. But this is the side that's more the side that you need to get to if you need to change fuses. So we've cut out the middle wall here, and we've put in all the back of the Red Vision here, have all of our fuses. So if we do blow a circuit, it'll light up with the light, and we can lean in here and change the fuse. We also manufactured up this orange shelf, and we matched it to the colour scheme in the powder coat colours that Hi-Cap made on the other side. Now down the back here is where we put our Webasto diesel hot water service, and then it's got the water pump on it, and it pumps the cold water up through the hot water service and comes out the shower hot. We made up this protective cover. We also powder coated that to match this colour, and we've got this awesome area here that we can put camping chairs extra items and all of our boxes up the top. We know that we're totally set up for off-road. We're self-sufficient. We've got the water, we've got the hot water service, we've got heaps of electrics, heaps of power, got the coffee machines, all ready to go. But the most exciting part about this build for us was this James Burrard rooftop tent, and we're about to pop it open and show you how it works. We've gone for this because it's a hard shell, and we really like the hard shell. It's not going to flap around like a soft top tent would. So let's get this open and check it out and get inside. Let's go through the cost of this vehicle. Now I do have this document in front of me because there was a huge list of options and I can't remember them all. So let's go through them all right now. So the cost of the vehicle on its own, going to a Ford dealer to buy a Wildtrak. You can buy cheaper versions, obviously the XLT or an XLS, but we've gone for the Wildtrak because we like the heated seats and a few of the functions that this Wildtrak has. So the cost of the vehicle retail is $66,000. But with a bit of negotiation, you might get it for a little bit less. Then we took it to ARB. At ARB, I've got the list here of what we've done to it. We put the Summit bull bar on the front, the winch, the side protection steps, the under vehicle protection, BP 51 suspension. We've lifted that 50 mil as well. The Hayman Reese X bar, we've gone for 140 litre fuel tank and replaced the 80 litre, so we've got additional fuel on board as well. The Safari snorkel, the driving lights, the UHF radio and the antenna. And the last thing was the air compressor. All up at ARB, this cost was $23,024. The total cost if you were to go to Hi-Cap Marine and buy this canopy with the fridge slide and the upper shelf, this shelf here and the two drawers and the dividing wall through the middle, fitted, $17,254. So we put 33-inch tyres on it, all terrain, including the wheels. The cost of the wheels and tyres, $2,544, and then the rack platform up the top, not including the shovel or the Max Tracks, comes in at around $1,200, and the James Burrard rooftop tent, $5,138. We did all the fit out of all the electrics. So we put in at the Red Arc Red Vision battery management system, Red Arc 3000 watt inverter, the EnerDrive 200 amp hour lithium battery, the Webasto diesel hot water service, the Fusion entertainment system, the cooling fan kit, the Bullfinch shower, the wet sound speaker, the electric blanket and the labour. The whole fit out of this canopy came in at $18,220. So the total cost of this build, this vehicle right here as it sits, is $133,380. So I hope you guys totally enjoyed this episode and what's involved in the build and all the people involved. And if you want to check out our vans, check out Mountain Trail RV and look at all of our range. Thanks for watching.